Everyone, it's Tina. I am putting together some short videos to talk about different topics in regards to breastfeeding and thought that I could share them here with you periodically. If you have some specific thoughts or questions about anything that we talk about today, anything that I talk about today, certainly leave me a message underneath this video and I will address to the best of my ability any questions that you might have or thoughts that you have on a topic. Um, I thought we could cover today talking about basically why would I want to breastfeed? Um, there are so many reasons that women choose to breastfeed, and many reasons why women choose to formula feed as well. And we're just going to talk about the kind of the differences between the two and why breastfeeding is a better option for your baby and for yourself as well. Um, First of all, you probably have heard breast is best. Breastfeeding, breast milk is the perfect food for your baby. No formula companies can duplicate the properties that are in breast milk. Breastfed babies do feed more frequently because breast milk is so easy to digest. Both the American Academy of Pediatrics and the World Health Organization recommend breastfeeding. So that's says something right there about the benefits to breastfeeding over formula fed or artificial milk. Like I said, perfect food for your baby, very easy to digest. Cow's milk is for baby cows, and human milk is for baby humans, and so it's perfect right from the get go. So many antibodies and antivirus and live bacteria, things that formula just can't duplicate. Um, and milk actually, breast milk actually changes over the course of your breastfeeding career. So premature babies actually, the milk in preterm breast milk is very different. It's actually made specifically for premature babies. So it's just amazing that your body knows how to do that. Studies show that when moms of preemies breastfeed, that their milk actually is more rich in proteins and has slightly different fats than in later breast milk. Much in the same way that babies who are older, toddling around, breast milk actually has more fat and energy um, content because babies are older and need that for that period of their life. So pretty cool how the breast milk actually changes throughout the time that your baby breastfeeds. So many health benefits to breastfeeding. I mean, it just goes on and on, but we'll talk a little bit about exactly what studies have shown. Studies have shown that the health benefits for baby breast milk decreases the risks of many diseases now and later on in life. So leukemia, MS, heart disease later on in life. Breastfed babies are shown to be leaner and not deal with obesity as much throughout childhood and later on in life. They have stronger immune systems now as well. They have breastfeeding reduces the risk of ear infections, cold viruses, respiratory infections like RSV, much lower in breastfed babies. And the thing that's kind of cool about it is mom and baby actually pass immunities back and forth to each other when breastfeeding. So it protects mom as well in that regards. Breast milk actually has live antiviruses. I think I said that, good bacteria. I've seen a video, and you can probably Google and look for it online yourself, that shows the difference between formula under a microscope and breast milk. And the breast milk is actually moving. The live viruses are actually, it's alive, and all that good bacteria. So very cool. If I can find that video, I'll post it here underneath. I'll link it for you guys. Breast milk is a natural antibiotic. You've probably heard, spread a little, get a little breast milk on it, pour a little breast milk on it. Lots of moms will find that it works really well for pink eye or any wounds, skin wounds. Breast milk's really incredibly, so much that we do know about the benefits of breast milk, and I'm sure there's so much more that we just don't know yet, and we're still discovering. So that's kind of cool. It reduces the risk of allergies, asthma, eczema in babies and children. This is really incredible to me. Breastfeeding actually reduces the risk of a baby dying from SIDS by 50%. Uh, so that is huge. Just breastfeeding alone, that's a huge, huge number, 50%. Breast milk enhances vaccine effectiveness. It's been shown to help with dental and jaw development because the way baby has to work at the breast is much different um, from a bottle. They have to really work harder, and they have to move their jaw, excuse me, in such a way that it actually helps with dental and jaw development, and which in turn will help with speech development. So another cool benefit. Um, Breast milk tastes better. I don't formula. This even the smell of it you can tell. It's really surprising that babies like it or drink it at all. Um, and if babies do spit up, they spit up a lot less most of the time with breast milk, just because it's so easy to digest. Um, and so babies smell better. I mean, that's not a benefit that we talk about or think about very often, but it's true. They actually don't have that formula smell, that formula spit up. In their diaper changes are a little nicer too. And it meets all of babies' needs, not just physically, which we've talked about, but also emotionally and that bonding. I breastfed all four of my babies, and they all self-weaned. And we all love our kids, no doubt about that, whether you formula or feed or breastfeed. But there's something very, very special about that bond of baby breastfeeding and looking up into your eyes, and just it's a real special time. Um, and there's so many health benefits for mom as well. It reduces the risk of breast cancers and ovarian cancers, and it's a cumulative effect. So if you breastfeed one baby for 15 months and another baby for 15 months or another baby for 32 months, that's a cumulative effect. The longer you breastfeed, the more protection you have from from breast cancer. um, it reduces the risk of osteoporosis for mom later in life as she ages. And right after you give birth, the suckling actually helps your uterus um, to shrink back to its normal size, and it reduces the risk of postpartum hemorrhaging as well. So, really important benefits for mom right after giving birth. Breastfeeding burns extra calories. We all like that. So, I know in my particular case with my four kids, breastfeeding, I had no trouble. I didn't have that baby weight for long at all. It fell right off from breastfeeding. So, breastfeeding moms lose weight more easily. Um, and another thing that we don't always talk about, but breastfeeding really has a calming effect. It's like it has this natural, it releases these feel good hormones when you breastfeed. And so it has this calming effect for both mom and baby. Uh, and it kind of lets you relax. And not only do you have to, do you have those hormone releases, which give you that calming effect, but it also makes you not do too much. You have to sit down and relax to feed your baby often, quite often at the beginning. So that's kind of a natural way of getting the rest that you need and that bonding time that you need. Um, it's so easy as moms, we try to do so much, and it's so easy to try to, um, you know, just try to carry the same workload that we carry beforehand. And I tell moms, this is the most important work that you can do right now. And my kids are spread out in age. My oldest is 21, and then I have a 15-year-old, an 11-year-old, and a almost 8-year-old. And it's really true that it goes by in the blink of an eye. I know when you're in the midst of it and you're tired, it doesn't seem like it. It seems like the day is just that you'll always feel this way, but it goes by really quickly. And so breastfeeding really kind of forces you to sit down and enjoy your baby and get some rest and get off your feet. Um, and another thing that not only do you have the feel good hormones released while you're breastfeeding, but it's very it helps to build confidence because it empowers you. I know it really may seem strange to say that, but it's a really um, empowering feeling to know that you are giving your baby all the nutrition that baby needs. Um, it's, especially, breastfeeding can be tricky. It can be hard. It can be a learning experience for both moms and babies, especially during the first few weeks. Um, and I hear moms over and over again, who stopped, who gave up during the few weeks that were difficult, first few weeks, and most of them really wish that they'd kind of hung in there. I've never met a mom who was struggling with breastfeeding at the beginning who hung in there, and it got so much easier, so much better. I've never heard them say that they regret that. Looking back on everything I've done, it's one of the most empowering things that I've ever done, and beautiful things that I've ever done. So yeah, it's something you carry with you your whole life. That feeling of, wow, I did that. So, and of course, there are many other benefits of breastfeeding. It's convenient, like I just alluded to. It can be challenging the first couple of weeks, but if you can hang in there, it gets so much easier, and it's so much more convenient. You're not carrying bottles around and formula around, and it's always the perfect temperature, so it's very convenient that way. It's free. Formula is expensive, so it's good for your wallet. It's good for the planet. It's good for the environment. There's no throwaway packaging. Um, so yeah, it's perfect. It's the perfect way to be green, so to speak. Um, you never have to worry about a lack of water or clean water or the safety of the water that you're mixing with your formula. In the case of a natural disaster, I think it was Hurricane Katrina, however long that was now. But anytime there's a natural disaster and there's no, they show things on the news where the shelves are all cleaned off and there's no water and none of the basics, and people may not have clean drinking water. So you never have to worry about that when you're breastfeeding. So you're, like I said, always no contaminants, always clean, always pure, perfect food. There's no breast milk contains no synthetic growth hormones or genetically engineered materials. So, like I said, all natural, pure, no missing ingredients. You never have to go into a store and look around and worry about which is the best brand, which one is going to agree with baby or not agree with baby, because you have the best brand. um, and breast milk's never been recalled. So there have been recalls on formula, and that's kind of scary to think about. So it's your breast milk is safe and good. And that's what your breasts were made for. Your breasts were designed for breastfeeding, and babies were born to breastfeed. So so many benefits, and I could probably go on and on, but I think we've covered all of the ones that I can think of. If you can think of more, if you want to share, feel free to post underneath if I missed something. How has breastfeeding benefited you and benefited your baby outside of what we talked about? Are there other ways? Are there other things? Or if you have any specific questions, feel free to leave those for me as well. And then I will, like I said, be posting periodically different topics that we can talk about. And I'm looking forward to hearing your responses, and call me or text me anytime if you have any specific questions or need support. Or you can always private message me here on Facebook as well. So I hope you're having a great day, and I'll talk to you soon. Bye.